Okay, so Paula, we're going to bring in Paula now. So Paula, you just need to turn on your camera and mic, and you should come up. Camera. There.
Awesome.
So I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to let Paula take it away. And if you need me, you can. I'll hang around till you get your PowerPoint up if you want to put that up, and then if not, then I'll just disappear and let you get on with it.
Perfect. Yes, I'll definitely need you because I know my bands will last, but it's a bit challenging with technical stuff in the 2020s. So a massive welcome and hello, and thank you to Fiona for inviting me. I know I've got quite a lot of clients here, but if anybody doesn't know me, I'm Paula Wingate, and I'll bore you in a minute about what I do and why the hell I'm here. But before I do that, I like to set off my sessions with something weird. So can you do me something massively weird for me? Can you draw me on your piece of paper a pig? Can you draw me a pig?
Do you want to see it?
Loving it. Loving it. Fantastic. While I'm doing that, Fiona, how do I get my PowerPoint up?
So if you go to share screen.
Yeah.
If it's not working, I can do it from here.
Yeah, it's not bringing up my PowerPoint, if that makes sense.
Okay, let me do it from here.
Unless, hang on, I might be able to do it for me this way. Is it on there?
Yep.
Yay! Fabulous.
Right. You want me to disappear then?
No, can you do my chat box for me, please?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so can I just say to anyone, if you've got any questions for Paula, rather put it in the chat box. There's a section which says Q&A. Pop them in there, and then that just keeps it separate. So you can chat to other people about any questions for Paula in particular, and I will read out for Paula.
You know, we're awesome. So you're going to be right busy, because you know what I'm like there, Fiona. Chat away. So is everybody drawing a pig? Can you just put yes in the chat box for me? That would be awesome.
Oh, I suppose I should do it, yes.
Have they all said yeah, Fiona?
I've got me.
You have?
Oh, they're all putting it in the chat box. That's okay, guys. I'll read it from the chat box. That's absolutely fine. Just ignore what I say.
Fabulous. Okay.
Michelle, Lynn, Tracy, Angela, Kate, Andrea, Kirsty, Michael, yes, indeed, Maurice, Jimmy, Kaylee, Kay, Grant, Cheryl, Michelle Grant, my pig is a black one. Quite right as well. Linda, I have no speaker. Alison, yes, and Vida, yes.
Oh,
so it looks like everyone's done it.
Okay, so there was a slight little reason why I wanted this to be done, and I'm doing your personality on your pig. So apparently I can guess your type of personality with how you draw a pig. So are we ready? So if your pig is drawn towards the top of the paper, you have a tendency to be positive and optimistic. If your pig is drawn towards the middle of the paper, you have a tendency to be a realist. If your pig is drawn towards the bottom of the paper, you have a tendency to be pessimistic and may be prone to behaving negatively. It's interesting, isn't it? If your pig is facing left, you have a tendency to believe in a tradition and be friendly. You may also be prone to remembering dates well. Wonder if that's Michelle's. If your pig is facing right, you have a tendency to be innovative and active, but may be prone to forgetting dates easily and may not have a strong sense of family. If your pig's facing front, you have a tendency to be direct and may enjoy playing the role of devil's advocate. You're also prone to neither fearing nor avoiding confrontational discussions. And if your pig has got many details, you have a tendency to be analytical, but may also be prone to being cautious to the point that you struggle with trust. And if your pig's got a few details, you have a tendency to be emotional and to be focused on the larger picture rather than focusing on details. You also have a tendency to be a great risk taker and may sometimes be prone to reckless and impulsive decisions. If your pig has less than 4 legs showing, now mine always does for some reason, may indicate that you are living through a major period of change, and as a result, you may be prone to struggling with insecurities. And if your pig has 4 legs showing, you have a tendency to be secure and to stick to your ideals. However, others may describe you as stubborn. Now, if your pig's got large ears, it indicates how good of a listener you are. The bigger, the better. And I'm going to do 2 answers to this because this is a polite one and maybe a risque one. Let's see how it goes. So if your pig's got a long tail, so this is the nice one, it indicates how intelligent you are. The longer, the better. But it also can resonate with, also tell you about how good your sex life is as well, apparently. So I thought I'd push the boat out on that. So, guys, thank you very much. Who the hell is Paula Wingate? So, Paula Wingate is a business coach who helps business owners and solopreneurs explode their income so that they can work less and earn more. Now, I've been doing this well over to 25 years. I've been supporting businesses like McDonald's, First Direct, Action Coach to be able to help their clients or help their business grow to where they want it to grow. Now, I've also worked in the sports world as well, working with professional football teams with the mindset, because one of the things I do is when you come into us, working with us as a client, is we focus on your mindset first, your daily habits the second, your self-accountable third, and then when you're ready, we go into business tactics. And for some reason, that explodes our results, which I'm really, really happy with. Now, this is the thing that I love doing. I set it out as my mission. Years ago, I lost 125K in one day. As a result of that, I lost my home. I lost my family. I lost everything. I came up here with a couple of quid in my pocket, and I was sofa surfing at my family's. Now, even though I've got this accent, which is a Barnsley accent, my mum and dad are Scottish and they're from Govan. So it made more sense for me to come up and change my environment so I didn't have to live with my dad and live with his twin sister. So I don't know what was the best thing there, but I think I got more freedom with his twin sister. So I was sofa surfing, but at that time, that was the worst time, but my best ever time to develop. I really realised what an ass I became. And also I really realised the basics that I forgot about that got me to where I was. It also allowed me some self-development time where I really, really understood how to make money. And now at that time, the only way I knew how to make money was to sell my time for cash. So when I was working at McDonald's and First Direct, I was selling my time for cash. So at that time, I was getting working for 70 hours a week. A, because I thought I was brilliant working 70 hours a week. But B, I was working 70 hours a week because I was disorganized, but I wanted to feel fulfilled and have a purpose. But I was tapping on my manager's desk all the time saying, I'm good enough to get promoted, but she would dangle the carrot and knock me down. So at some point or another, for 70 hours a week, I was getting $2,000 a month and begging to work. I decided to quit. And I decided to quit when I had no money. Even if I got $2,000 coming in, all that money was going into the debt that I just accumulated. And all what I had to do is make a change. And the change was, let's do it. Let's set up my business and go for it. Now, when I set up my business, it was a mindset coaching company, which it still is. However, luckily, I got headhunted by Action Coach, and they asked me to go and help them, help their business coaches earn more money. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is where I found out a little strategy, and I'm going to go through it with you later. This strategy allows me now to earn at least 10 times more than I ever have done at First Direct, but it also allows me to work if I want to work. It also allows me to decide if I don't want to work, I don't want to work. So I normally work about 8 hours a week if I want to, but I really love what I do. So it's my life's mission to show people how to, if they want to, turn their life into a money-making machine. Now, before I do that, I just want to just check something with you. So for 25 years, I've been studying what it's like to be a coach. I've been in and out working with top high performers, startups, anybody who really wanted to change their life. Now, these are the reasons why I've got some of the reasons why people will not invest in themselves. So, for example, healthy food shop, £100 too expensive. But I tell you what, I'll take you out for a dinner date, £100. Sounds reasonable. Mum's supplement, £100, can't afford that. But you know what? I can afford a night out drinking. Personal growth seminar, £280. Are you crazy? But I'll go and buy that Gucci belt. And my favourite one, which I really resonate with, and this is mine, by the way, is 60 minutes at the gym. Nah, I'll just watch Netflix. But I'm combining that now, so I'm getting away with that.
Yeah. Paula, can I stop you 1 second? I just realised the PowerPoint that we've got up there is not working.
Ah, okay.
So what I'll do is, if you take that one down, and I'll share my one.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's all right. I was coming to.
Are we back?
Are you there?
I'm here. Can you see me?
I can just see your photo. Looks like I'm on if everybody can see a lot, it looks like I'm in the main event there, but see where we go. I've just been looking through the questions, and Jerry Brennan is I just drew a pig's head with no body, so I have no sex life. I have a psychotic tendencies, but love hugs. Same old Jerry, I love there. Brilliant. And Andrea wants to tell a joke, so I'm sure she's going to send it to us. So while we're waiting then for my my PowerPoint to come up, I'm going to go through a couple of things. Okay, so who's heard this quote by Richard Branson? And the quote is, whatever opportunity comes your way, just say yes and do it, and then learn it afterwards. What is that quote? I forgot the word of it. Can anybody put it in the chat box, where you get offered an opportunity, you say yes, and then you go, oh God, let's learn it now. Who knows that quote? So Tracy Schofield, yes. Tracy, can you write that out more professional than me? If you can, that would be absolutely ace. Okay. So we all know the quote, basically. But this is the downside of saying yeah. So Andrea's put, if somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not sure you can do it, say yeah, then learn how to do it later. Yeah. Now, that is what is being said quite a lot. However, what a pandemic we're creating, because 99% of business owners are going out there and saying, yes, let's do it and worry about it later. So they're over-promising and under-delivering, which is causing a pandemic of really mediocre work. However, we flip it and we actually say and be honest with clients where we are and just say, fair enough, never done it before, but I'll try it and I'll learn it for you. And then we talk, then that can be a different thing. So the Richard Branson quote is equivalent to getting to the top of a cliff, standing over the top of the cliff, I'm then going, I'm going to jump off that cliff. And then when I jump off that cliff, I'm going to decide whether I can learn to fly. Now, can anybody relate to that and resonate with that? Has anybody got to that cliff and going, it's all right, I'll jump off and then I'll learn to fly? Anybody in the chat box can say that? No? Okay.
You got me back, Paula, yeah?
You what, darling?
I said, you've got me back, yeah?
Yeah.
Tracy says yes, definitely. Michael said yes.
Brilliant. Okay. So this is what happens with business owners as well. When we learn how to be a business owner, we get to that cliff, we jump off that cliff and go, oh shit, what do we do now? Let's learn to fly. And if we learn to fly while we're falling, that's a good day. Because if that's a good day, we're going to land safely. But if it's not a good day, we're probably not going to land very safe. And that's what's happening with business owners at the minute. Now, have you heard of being a growth hacker? Has anybody found out what a growth hacker is?
Michelle says never heard of it. Michael not heard of it. Don't swear, says Christine.
Oh,
hacker or hacker? Linda's never heard of it. Tracy says duplicating current systems.
Okay. Oh, can see Tracy's posh. Nope. I'll come back to you shortly. Has anybody heard of the new rich?
Yeah.
Angela, that sounds familiar. Linda, no. Michael, yes.
Yeah. Andrew, yes. Cheryl, yes. Michelle, yes.
Fantastic. So we're going to come to ask those questions shortly. I just want to know what your understanding of a growth hacker is and also what the new rich is. So before we do that, can I ask you 3 questions? And if you can just put the answer in the chat box, that would be amazing. Who is living the life they really want to live right now? So who is living the life they really want to live right now?
Jimmy's me. Michelle's close. Linda's me. Grant's me. Christine, nope. Kaylee, close. Tracy, nope. Angela, yes, pretty much. Cheryl, nope. Alison, no. Andrea, pretty much. Michael, I'm quite happy, to be honest. Kirsty, not yet. Kate, close.
Brilliant.
And Brian will be at the end of 2020.
Fantastic. Okay, so I can see a couple have said yes, I'm loving the life, and I love that. I absolutely adore that. Okay, so for those that are not yet there or the close, question is what is your biggest barrier to be able to live the life you really want to live? If you just put the answer in the chat box, that would be really good for me. So what is your biggest barrier stopping you living the life you really want to live?
I would say me.
Fiona's you.
That's me.
Your mindset.
What's that? Yeah, me and my mindset. Yeah, definitely. So Michelle is procrastination and distraction. Michael is time. Christine, I will be though. Kate, consistent income. Cheryl, me. Vera is mindset. Kay, it was myself, that's changed. Brian, me. Angela, holidays having been cancelled. Tracy, me. Kirsty, working on mindset, getting there. Kaylee, procrastination.
Love it. Okay. So, what is your biggest barrier costing you? Or in other words, what is your biggest barrier losing you right now? And just put in that chat box, that would be great.
Cheryl says money. Tracy, money. Brian, time. Tracy, time. Angela, photo shoots in the sunshine.
Love it, Angela.
Tracy, contentment. Michelle, sanity.
Brilliant. Okay. So this is the question, right? We just took you through a system there to get you to identify what your barrier is to live the life you want to live and what it's costing you. Now, at what point is it going to get to a point where you're going to start resolving it? So if you've got that life that you really want to live, at what point are you going to start making sure you're doing it? So my job is to inspire you to live the life you really want to live. But most clients that come to us, they have that dream, but what they don't have is the knowledge on how to get that dream. Makes sense? Now, your biggest investment is what? You can just put in the chat box, what's the biggest investment you can make in life?
Andrea is yourself. Michelle is me. Kate, invest in yourself. Kay, yourself. Vera, knowledge. Linda, in yourself. Christy, yourself. Cheryl, yourself. Kaylee, yourself. Alison, yourself. Kirsty, yourself. Brian, me. Angela, invest in yourself. Michael, self. Grant, you and your family. Tracy, investing in yourself.
Brilliant. Okay. So I'm going to show you a couple of tactics in a minute, but let me just inspire you with Wendy Snedden, Dr. Wendy Snedden's story. So she came to us wanting to enforce our guarantee. So our guarantee is to double your investment that you invest through us as your business coach. So your coaching becomes an investment, not a cost. There should be no way your business coach should be a cost. And this goes back to the time when I was really skint. I had no money. I was even put gravy on my chips to make sure it was meat. And I couldn't afford the coaching or the help I needed to get myself out of that. So that's the reason why we do the guarantee. However, there is a catch with the guarantee. You have to do the actions to be able to make sure the guarantee is valid. Okay. Now, Wendy wanted to invest in herself, and if it worked, she would get her money back. However, in the investment she had in herself in 12 months, she got 28.75 times return in her investment. She increased her turnover by 886% in 12 months. Okay. Now, going back to investing in yourself, even if it's not invested in a business coach with us, who do you know that can help you return that in yourself? Who can help you get the life you really want to get? Fiona, can you just do me a favour and just put me that slide on with the mindset? It's like a quote for me. I feel like I'm in the Bahamas today in my little hut.
It's not that one, is it?
It's the white one with a cross.
No.
I think it should be the third slide in.
That one? That's your third one.
Where is it? I can't see it.
Okay. That one? Is that the one?
Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's 4 ways to produce your income. Many of you will recognize this. Robert Kiyosaki inspired me through his Rich Dad, Poor Dad book at the time of when I was feeling really crap. And he taught me there was 4 different mindsets that helps you produce income. So when we've been at school, we are taught to be employees throughout. So we're taught to follow instructions. We're taught to use our initiative a little bit, as long as it's not a challenge. We're taught to make sure that we follow a system, all because the establishment wants and needs employees. They need employees to be able to ensure the country grows to where it needs to be. However, at some point, we get a bit tired of that. Now, only 5% get welfare at this bar. Only 5% of the employees in the world get welfare with this method. Now, at some point, we do get a little bit tired and we're in a rut, and then we're begging for something else. So we're going to be self-employed. Now, many of us call this as a business owner, but self-employed is this. You come out of being an employee, you don't know how to run a business, you're just good at what you do. Same time, you don't know how to get the salary or the sales or the customers coming to you. So you drop your prices, and you're so good at what you do, you drop your prices to pay the bills, and then all of a sudden, because you're so fab, you become so busy. Then you end up in a rut where it's like a little wheel where you get up, you go to work, you do your work, go home, get up, go to work, pay your bills, go home. And it depends. I'm going to go through the rat race in a minute. But if your business cannot survive without you, then you've got a job. And I'll go through what a job really means. Now, 95% of the population are in this category. And when I talk about 95% of the population in this category, 95% of the wealthy are in the business owner category. And the business owner is this. As a business owner, you own a system that, as an employee or an outsourcer, to run that system and make you a profit. Now, 95% of the wealthy own a system. So the business owner does not work in the business. The business owner can work outside the business, but makes the profit. Now, the next stage on that is the investor. The investor mindset is all about looking for opportunities to make cash. So this investor might give Fiona, for example, as a business owner, money to invest in her business. That business owner, like Fiona, has to produce the outcome for a return to make sure then it's a viable investment. And only 5% of the population is in this. So if you look at it on the left-hand side, you're employing, you're self-employed, you are selling your time for money. On the right-hand side, that's where the real money is. Fiona, can you just do the next slide for me? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Now, if you were like me when I first started my business, I ended up in a job. So my first thing was about paying my salary because I didn't want to default on any of my loans or my bills, etc. So I decided to get really swamped on what I did. Now, what I found was maybe I was working maybe 40 hours a week, and I was going to do that for a long period of time. And I'm going to retire on 40% of what I struggled to live on all my life. Now, just over broke, I didn't want to do. I didn't want to juggle my bills. Every job I designed, it was in for me to keep as a self-employee, not as a business owner. So what I found was, and if you just put me into the next slide, Fiona, what I found was I was in a rat race. I'd get up to go to get some money for money, pay my bills. I thought after I paid my bills, I'd have some money to be able to pay myself, but it wasn't just to pay my bills and then work. So I was in a little rat race. And what I found is everyone has their own little rat race. It doesn't matter what, but what I found in my life at that time is there must have been something more to my life to be able to actually do more of. And I wanted to have a business to pay me, but for me not to do the work. So this is what I came up with. Now, question in the chat box, if you don't mind. How many hours a week do you work? So question to the gang, can you just put in the chat box, how many hours a week do you work?
Michael says 70-ish, Brian says 90, Kate 35, Lynn 40, Grant 30, Michelle 30, Tracy 70, Linda 10, Kaylee 40-ish, Kirsty 40, Angela depends on the week 30 to 50, Cheryl 30, Andrea 50.
I like Linda's. 10. One in it. Doing something right there, Linda, love it. Okay, right, just say it takes you 5 hours to run a marathon. So let's work out how many marathons are you running per week with the hours you're working. It just takes 5 hours to run a marathon. How many marathons are you running per week?
Brian says 18.
18 marathons.
Lynn 8. Michael 14. Michelle 6. Tracy 14. Grant 6. Andrea 10. Linda 2.
Brilliant. Okay. So if you run those marathons every week, 4 weeks of the month, 52 weeks of the year, what would your mindset be like? What would your mindset be like? Just think it's funny.
Andrea's shattered. Brian, what mindset? Laugh. Linda's frazzled. Michelle, it look amazing. Grant, knackered. Alison, knackered. Cheryl, gone. Michael, exhausted.
Okay, let's ask them. Now that's your mindset. What would your body be like?
Fit. Andrea, skinny. Brian, sexy. Tracy, big. Alison, skinny. Linda, a goddess. Michael, more toned than it is now. Angela, pretty amazing. Grant, sweaty. Cheryl, amazing with sore knees. Kate, worn out. Kirsty, stick thin.
I can understand Cheryl's sore knees, put it that way. Love it. Okay, and what would your decision making be like in your business? So if you're running all those marathons, what would your decision making be like?
Grant is poor. Brian is 0. Alison, not focused. Andrea, poor. Kate, foggy, unclear. Kirsty, not great. Christine, rubbish. Cheryl, as weak as the knees. Tracy, not clear. Michael, would it be more focused? Question mark. Jimmy, focused and creative.
Brilliant. Okay. Right. So this last question, I just want you to do it for yourself. You now know how many hours of work you week. What is your per hour? What is your per hour? So how much? So think about how much salary you bring into your business and what's your per hour from that. Fiona, how long have I got left?
5 minutes. Yes. Brian, £3 max if lucky. Linda, £30. We're all going to do Linda's job.
Love it. Okay, so you're working this out, and this is the question I want to ask for. Are you happy with your per hour? There's no right or wrong answer here, guys. It's, are you happy with your per hour? And if not, that's fine. What can you do about it? And if you are, brilliant. I'm just going to share you one last tactic. Fiona, can you just go to the last one, which is the money-making formula for me? And this is the tactic that I use in any business that I go into.
Not the accountability, no.
No, it's just the money making one, yeah.
That one.
Next one.
Next one. All right. Do you want it all up? Or?
Yeah, you need to tap it in a minute. Okay. So this is the formula that we use in any business that I go into, and it's also quite used in McDonald's and things like Starbucks. Now, when I'm going into a company, I find out how many clients they've got. So this is a real life event with one of our clients. They've got 30 clients. And you can just tap it again and again. And their average sale is 250 quid per sale. Okay, so they've got 30 clients. The average is 250 quid. And if you just tap that again. And the average number of products is 2. So they sell 2 products per client. Tap that. So the total turnover is 15k. Okay. Now, if I want to change something, what I tend to do is do it small but often, because if you go big, it generally doesn't last long. So I go small but often. So if I'm going to increase this by 10%, that means it's going to be 33 clients. I'm going to increase the average sale to 275, and the average number of products is 2.2. Now, for a slight change of performance, increase in performance, I'm going to get this customer an extra $4,000 plus. Now, how good are you guys as business owners? How good are you? So let me ask you, could you increase your performance by 50%? Just put yes or no in the chat box for me, that would be great.
Brian, no way, I want £50 to £100 per hour. Kate is yes. Michael, yes. Kirsty, yes. Kira, yes. Michelle, Andrea, and Tracy, yes. Alison, Christine, Grant, yes. Carol, yes.
Okay, brilliant. So let's see the difference then if we're going to increase this by 50%. You can just click the buttons for me. That'd be great. So if I'm going to increase this client's performance by 50%, it means we increase our clients to 45. We increase the average sale to 375 quid, and an average number of products go to 3, which means we will make them 50 grand plus. So that's an extra 35 grand plus by just slightly increasing the performance. Now, can I just ask you a question in the chat box? Could you do that? And if you could, when are you going to do that by? So if you think about it, if you can work out how many clients you've got, what your average sale is, and the average number of products per client, could you increase your performance in 12 months by 50%?
Okay, Brian, target double by end of 2020. Kate, yes. Christine, yes. Grant, working on it. Michelle, yes. Lynn, yes. Cheryl, yes. Alison, already working on it. Tracy, yes. Andrea, yes. Michael, I do try. Client spend is variable. Kirsty, yes.
Brilliant. Okay. So can you just go to the last slide, which is the call to action for me? So my job here is to inspire you to do what you want to do from this. So what is the one learning you've got from this session today that you will action from today? So just in the chat box, what is the one learning you've got from this session today that you will action?
Brian says to keep on my coach. Christine, increased by 50%.
Love it, Christine. Love it, Brian.
And it says Christine, it's actually Linda.
Oh, is it Linda?
It's Linda. Tracy, set goals and work smarter. Vera, get things done. Smiley face.
Love it, Vera.
People are obviously typing. Michael, encourage clients to spend more across more products. Linda, set goals and work towards them.
Fabulous, Linda. Fabulous, Michael.
Alison, small testimonial for Paula. I've been one of Paula's clients for the last 19 months and my business has grown so much, as well as my mindset. I'm a completely different person to what I was 2 years ago. Would definitely recommend you guys who don't know Paula get a chat.
Oh, thank you, Alison. I've not paid for that, I promise.
Cheryl, believe in myself, increase my client base. Michelle, stay focused on the money making formula. Kate, calculate the extra 50% figures and work towards them. Alison, invoice is heading your way.
Brilliant, I like that. There is another 2 tactics that I love to share with you, but due to time, I'm not going to do that. But if anyone would love to know these 2 tactics, I have got them on video. So please let Fiona know or Michelle Grant know that you want these tactics, and I will send them out to you. And I just want to say a massive thanks, Fiona, and everyone for being so nice and putting up with me. Really appreciate it. And
sorry for the technical issues.
Oh, no problem.
Just love them. But thank you, Paula. It's been fantastic, and I'm sure that you'll all get a lot out of that because we get great value. And if you're not linked in with Paula, Influential Minds, definitely get onto that and get connected with her on there because she's fantastic. And I've been with Paula for what, 4 or 5 months?
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay, guys, thank you very much, Paula. Appreciate that. And any questions, just grab her and we'll get into our